Welcome to the Primetime 585 podcast, the first one of 2026 in the house. We got Julio, the best producer in the five. Shout out to Sean. Sean got himself a new position, chief engineer, but he's going to make sure we look good, Gerard. And of course, across from me, I got LG. For people that's just joining us on this podcast, LG means Lucky Gerard because he's got me, okay? He has married up, y'all. And you know what? Don't let it fool y'all, okay? I need 1 minute. Don't let him fool you, okay? When we met, I was playing beach volleyball, minding my business, right? And this man right here took advantage of a young, tender age, 21-year-old girl. And he was in his 30s. So I felt sorry for him, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, he offered my cousin $20 an A in her class to get my phone number. So... So welcome, Gerard Iglesias.
Worst $20 I ever spent in my life.
I'm cheap.
There's so many things I can do with what you just said. First of all, LG. You know, this dude, I didn't tell you, he came up to me and called me LG at a game.
No.
Yeah, for loser Gerard for marrying you. And married up, that's easy. Like when I met you, I was 34. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was single, no kids. Mm-hmm. I was desperate. And married up. But it's easy when you're starting in the sub-basement to move up.
Listen, don't let him fool y'all. Listen.
Now I'm in the basement.
Don't let him fool y'all. All of that is all front. And call him LG. Every time you see him at a game, LG is his name. Okay, let's get right into some dual wrestling sectionals. Gerard, listen, LG. Webster Schrader, back-to-back win for them. So yesterday was a weird thing. It was sectionals.
Dual sectionals.
Dual sectionals, right? So it's really early in the season. I don't even know why it's so early. I'm so confused. So it's Fairport, Brockport, Hilton, and Schrader. Mm-hmm. So I was on the mat with Fairport versus Brockport. You're on the mat with Hilton versus Webster Schrader. So talk about how that started out.
Well, Hilton won the first 5 matches.
Yeah.
So you thought Schrader was done. Mm-hmm. But they came back to win it, and 34-24.
So, but not only that, Fairport was the top seed, wasn't that?
Yeah, they were number 1 seed.
So this is back to back for Webster Schrader. So I want to shout out Webster. We are Webster parents, so we understand how good they are over there. But let's talk about some of the wrestler names. So Ken Shrimp, Matt Campbell. First of all, I want to apologize to both these guys. We had their videos, mixed up on our website, but I know their mama was in my inbox this morning, though.
But she was nice about it. See, that's how you make corrections.
Absolutely. She was very nice, diplomatic. She said, I understand wrestling is complicated. There's no numbers on the back of jerseys. Mm-hmm. You got these two mixed up. You know, you don't have to change it, but if you can, my son was excited. That's how you talk to me.
Yeah.
All these people, you better do this. That's just not how you talk to me. But Ken...
I could talk to you like that.
Barely. Matt Campbell, Dominic Ianello, Aiden Vollmer, Jaden Perez, Jackson Harrison, Camden Arook, Dom Ellis, Jason Ellis. I'm assuming they're brothers. Yeah. In wrestling, a lot of siblings wrestle, right? Maximus Taylor. I want to shout Maximus out. So Maximus Taylor earned his 100th varsity win and had a clutch pin that propelled them to the finals. So I just wanted to shout that out. But you know what? Before we move on to wrestling, I got to shout out the Testa brothers. They were on your mat.
Yeah, Nick and John.
What a talented two these kids are.
Yeah.
Man, they are good. Yeah. So they're from Hilton. We call them the Testa brothers. They are good. So shout them out because, they were the truth. So congratulations, Webster Schrader. They are back-to-back champs. Okay, Gerard, we got to get right into some McQuaid versus RCSD bowling, okay? So let's talk about this. So can I say this? McQuaid wins at everything, it seems like. That's what the kids said in this video. In the
against the city school district.
Against city school district.
Yeah.
So getting a win against McQuaid is such a big deal. Yeah. So RCSD, this is their first year being a combined team. Okay? This is their first year being, so they got kids from Soda, World of Inquiry,
Wilson.
East, and Wilson.
Yeah.
And these kids are talented. Talk about Ben Pryor. Whoa.
Ben is smooth with it.
What?
I mean, he's got such a fluid form. But when it hits them pins,
They ain't floating them on. Them things go flying.
Power. Yeah.
Them things go flying.
Yeah. He's a really, really good bowler.
He actually had a 668 or something bowling. He had
It was 668.
Like 668.
Yeah, 202, 246, 224.
So that just shows, and he's only a junior, right? Most of these guys are juniors, except for like one of those kids. They're all pretty much juniors.
Yeah.
But shout out to the RCSD United. They got the win over a very good McQuaid team.
Yeah. Other key players on that team was Yandiel Lopez.
Yep.
And Nate Rialtri.
So Yandiel, Mr. Dress, he looked very poised young man. Nate, I think it's Rolltree is his name. Those ones were pivotal, but shout them out, man. They did the do. They were really, really good.
And for McQuaid, Anthony Montemaro.
Yeah,
he had some nice games.
Yeah, he had
very
a
good
bunch
bowler.
of strikes. Yeah. So congratulations. RCSD United bowling, they got the win over McQuaid. Shout that out. Okay, we have a new segment called Hockey Rap with Z705. So Z705 is, we are working with him, and he is the best hockey person in Section 5.
Yeah.
Hockey, lacrosse, and field hockey, he owns that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody should hire him. No, well, don't take him from us.
No,
Don't hire him. So, but he's been varsity media also, but he has a knack of doing this. So let's talk about some of these games. Penfield. So this week he has 3 games that he submitted. Penfield versus Aquinas. Let's talk about that one, Gerard. Penfield 4, Aquinas 7. Some goals for Penfield was Nick DiColtato had 2 goals. Connor Anson with a goal and Owen Harris with a goal. For Aquinas, Caleb Wood, Gerard. Talk about him.
3 goals. The
Hat trick, baby.
Yep.
Hat trick. And who else?
Tyler Muir. He had 2 goals and 2 assists. Ryan
Carmody.
Yeah. Yep. He had a goal and an assist. And Ryan Carlson wound up with the goal.
So congratulations, Aquinas. Aquinas doing the do, but you know who's doing the do, Gerard? Schrader. I think they're still undefeated.
Okay.
I think they're still undefeated.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got the win. So the next game he did was Schrader versus Irondequoit. Schrader got the 5-2 win over Irondequoit. For Irondequoit, London Bryan and Dylan Carey scored. But for Schrader, Aiden, I think it's Spakowski, had 2 goals. Anthony Pusateri, 1 goal and 1 assist. Cody Preston with a goal. AJ Gervais with 1 goal. And Noah and Aiden are brothers. Okay, he had 2 assists. Schrader's 8-0.
Wow.
Yeah, good for them. But I want to shout this date out. January 14th date. What's going on January 14th?
You got the cancer game?
The cancer game.
Yeah.
And it's them versus Thomas.
Hockey fights cancer.
Yeah.
Schrader versus Thomas. 2 teams from Webster going at it. Also
For a good cause.
Yeah, for a very good cause. I want to shout out Irondequoit's goals were scored by Landon Bryan and Dylan Carey.
Now, Dylan, I think, plays more than... He plays a lot of sports. I want to say he plays all 3 seasons. I've said his name so many different times, right? Then he did Brighton versus the Storm. So Greece Storm is a combination of all the different teams. So Brighton got the 4-1 win, and it's the Bruins, because I think they're combined with Wayne and other teams. Nate Longs with 1 goal, Patrick Rohr with 3 goals. They're going to take on WFL in the other cancer game. The next game is the Pink the Rink game. Right. So I like when these things are a good cause, right? And shout out to Z705 for partnering with us to now have his own segment on the Primetime 585 podcast. Okay, let's get into some boys basketball. Athena versus Gates Child. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to turn this over to you because this game was good. Gates Child, I got the 79-71 win over Greece Athena. Let's talk about this game.
Yeah, this was in the Hilton tournament.
Yep.
All right, Nehemiah Pye. He's only a sophomore. He scored 17 points of his 24 in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, Gates was down by 12 at halftime. But you know what? Russell Ellis was killing them.
Russell Ellis had I think 35 or 36 points in this game, and he didn't even
32
start.
32 points.
Oh yeah, and he didn't even start.
Yeah, he had 15 points in the first half, and that's a big reason why Gates got off to such a good start.
Yeah, he's coming off of a concussion.
Yeah, but in the second half, Jalen Givens, son of H-Man Givens, the coach at Virtus and former Eastside Star, he started face guarding Russ, and Russ didn't barely touch the ball in the beginning of the second half, and that's when Gates made their run.
Now, Joey for Jersey, first of all, the day before he has a 1,000 point. This was covered also by Jack Scotney. And Jack kind of gave us a write-up the day before, like how did they get to the finals? Athena made the finals. They defeated Wilson the day before, 70-63, Gerard. Both teams started slow. Jessie Lynn had 10 points in the second quarter. Kayla Brown led Athena with 18 points. Cole Potts with 17 points, had 5 threes. And Jessie Lynn had 26 points for Wilson against Gates. So he's telling us how they made it to the finals. So Gates jumped out to an early lead. However, they overcame Hilton. And that's how they both got to the finals. So the winner of the Hilton tournament was the Gates Chili Spartans, 79-71.
That's a good team.
They got a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
They got a good big man. They got a ball handler. They got a shooter. They got a lot of good pieces. Look for them to make a strong run late in the season.
Yeah.
Joey for Jersey can handle that ball.
And
he can shoot it. He can shoot it off the dribble. He doesn't even have to be set to shoot the ball, and that's when you're always a threat. And he knows how to finish. And Nehemiah Pye is extremely long, very athletic, and he's not afraid to.
He gets in the paint.
He gets in the paint. He's not afraid to get in the paint. That's what I was gonna say.
And Tremere Lewis.
Yeah,
he's
an athlete.
Yeah, he's
buddies.
an athlete. Yeah, he blocked like 4 or 5 shots. In that title game against Athena.
So I just want to shout them out because look, as I said, look for them to make a run in sectional. So let's get into the battle for Webster. Webster Schrader versus Webster Thomas went down last week. This was covered by Jake for us. And so Webster Schrader right now is 2-3. Webster Thomas is 5-2. Thomas got the 48-44 low scoring game. 48-44 win over Webster Schrader. Henry Bond scored 7 points in the fourth and finished off with 18 points. Mateo, you like this guy? Is it
Pietrantoni?
Yeah, 13 points, and Danny Check with 7 points. Sam Nick with 13 points for Webster Schrader. Battle for Webster. I don't care if they're playing Uno, tic tac toe, Connect Four. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They're going to always go at it, and they're always going to give each other very, very good teams. Both teams very good games. So Webster Thomas did get the win over Webster Schrader on this. But you know what, with Webster Schrader, Gerard, I don't put nothing past them. They sometimes start out slow in the season and always finish strong. They're well coached. They're very, very good. So Webster is one of the teams. Schrader's one of the teams I don't ever. When it comes down to football, basketball, I don't look at what their games, how much games they win and lose.
Yeah.
They're always a threat for whatever reason later on in the season. I'm just saying.
They use these losses to get better.
Yes, and they're well coached. Yeah. They're very well coached.
Richard Stokeland does a great job out there.
Excellent job.
Underrated.
All right, so let's go to Monroe versus World of Inquiry. Talking about doing a great job. Which is the weirdest thing is Monroe playing their first game this week. It's crazy work.
That's crazy.
Most teams are 6 or 7 games in.
Yeah.
So they scheduled their games late because Monroe, as you're well aware, won states in football. The same coach that coaches football, Coach Cunningham, coaches basketball. He's the head coach for basketball also, right?
And he's still undefeated.
And yes, right? Yes. And so they started late in the season, and they did get the win of a World of Inquiry. World of Inquiry is very, very good. Okay, they got the 72-58 win over World of Inquiry. That's a lot of points. 72 points, a lot of points.
Yeah.
But when you got John Hardy, and I like John Hardy, you got Brian Walker is your football guy. Talk about Brian Walker, what you like about him.
Well, he's long, he's athletic, he's fast. I mean, he's a wide receiver on the football team, and a real good one at that.
Well, he finished off with 17 points. So that 6'4" wide receiver can also play some good basketball. Yeah. They got Jordan Rice. They play Aquinas on Friday. That's a good matchup.
Yeah. That's going to be. Aquinas is very young, they're inexperienced.
They're in a rebuilding phase. John Hardy with his athleticism at 24 points for Monroe.
And Jordan Rice had 12.
So this was covered by Richard, Coach Johnson for us. And he said, coming off of a state win in football, he said you could see how Coach Cunningham was defense focused, right? He said they came out came out of the half and held World of Inquiry to only 4 points with about 2 minutes left in the third. Monroe with multiple players that can guard the rim, as per Coach Johnson, who covered this game for us. So congratulations, Coach Cunningham. You're still undefeated on the season at 1-0.
You just saw Brian Walker with 2 of his 17 points on that dunk.
Yeah.
Real athletic.
Yeah, yep. Nothing to play with. Okay, we're going to go into Newark versus Brockport. Let's switch off to some girls basketball. Newark versus Brockport. So Newark ended up winning the entire Gates Child Eye tournament. Okay, so during the break, we were at a lot of different tournaments. So Newark got the 56-22 win over Brockport. Then they played HFL for the championship. So you're talking about Karina Natali against Ashay Angelo, and they went down, right? So Karina Natali, you like her a lot.
Yeah, she's good.
She can shoot.
She's young, right?
She's only a junior.
Oh, she is a junior?
Yeah, I think she's a junior.
Okay.
I think so. She had 27 points. Maybe she's a sophomore.
I thought she was a freshman. Either way, whatever grade she's in, she's good.
27 points, 4 assists she had. Sophia Delphs and Martiano Chance. That's from the Chance sisters. She's one of the Chances. They
the Chance brothers, that Cam and
yep, they got a sister that could play too. And Arizona Chapel with 10 rebounds, 4 points, 6 steals, and 4 blocks. But shout out to Lydia Childs of Brockport. She's a talented player, Gerard.
Yeah.
She, the next day from this game, in the consolation game, she had like 18 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. She filled up the stat sheet. Yeah. She's a senior, so she's a hidden gem in Section 5, Lydia Childs. But Newark, they were the winner of the Gates Child Eye Tournament, and a special shout out to Karina Natali. She is by far the truth.
Yeah.
She
really
is
talented.
the truth. Okay, by the way, real quick, in the championship game, Karina Natali had 20 points and 9 rebounds, and Sophia Dolph had 16 rebounds that game. So they won the Gates Child Eye Holiday Tournament. So shout out to Newark. All right, let's get into Hornell Aquinas. Gerard, this is the game.
Ooh, yeah.
This is the game you want to talk about. Let's talk about this game. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, Aquinas jumped out at both of them are reigning Section 5 champions. Both of them returned most of their team, most of their starters, their core. All right, so, we figure, and Aquinas is Aquinas.
Yeah,
you know?
Aquinas is a powerhouse, well coached. Yeah.
But Hornell went on the road over to Aquinas.
An hour 20 drive.
Yeah, and they played great. They started out terrible. They were down 13-2, and Aquinas was trapping all over the place, pressing. They was just throwing the ball all over the place, Hornell was. But I think all that energy they expended, Aquinas, that it took its toll later on in the game.
Well, I just want to say, first and foremost, more than anything else, that you're looking at a bunch of soccer players that are in shape.
Yeah.
They are just flat out in shape, and they are going to let you know.
Yeah.
Talk about that second half and their defense, Gerard. Oh, my goodness.
Well, despite all those mistakes they were making, Hornell was only down 26-20 at the half.
At the half, you looked at me and says, how are they only down? They had like 16 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah. And if it wasn't 16, it felt like 16. But in the third, they outscored Aquinas 22-8.
Wow.
Okay? And they took a 42-34 lead. I mean, it was Jordan Dyring and Reagan Evingham. They were killing it from 3-point. And everybody was hyped. And shooting is contagious.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody goes cold, and it seems like sometimes the whole team goes cold. But when somebody goes hot, it just, it boosts your confidence, and
that's what happens.
It starts going down.
Well, Reagan and Jordan, they are ridiculously good. They're athletes. They're real athletes.
And speaking of athletes, Selena Maldonado.
Her speed is crazy.
One of the fastest girls in Section 5 with the basketball. She was just breaking that press. And you could see how tired Aquinas was. They just wave at it, and they couldn't get back on defense. I think they just wore them down.
Well, those three are tremendous athletes, right? Although Aquinas do have tremendous athletes too. I just think that Aquinas, first of all, is a small team too. They only got 8 players.
Yeah.
So it's not like, Lauren Green is really not coming out of the game. AJ's not really coming out of the game. These girls are not coming out of the game. They're going to stay in the game the whole time. And that wears you out, especially when you're pressing.
Yeah, and Jada Harvey is also a very talented player.
Yeah.
And speaking of talented player, for Hornell, Mia Nasca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's poised.
Yeah, very poised. She doesn't make too many mistakes. She's a good, underrated player for them.
All right, so let's move on. Congratulations, Hornell. They're undefeated. They even played York the next day, Gerard. And when they played York, they also got the big win over a very, very good York team. So Hornell is the real deal. All right, let's go into Canandaigua versus Webster Schrader. Okay, so Gerard, we're going to make this real quick with this game. We covered this game because it's 2 of the top teams in their class. So it's double A1 and double A2, right? So we drove all the way to Canandaigua to cover this game. And they got 2 of the biggest girls in Section 5, the tallest girls, 6'3" for both girls, right? So, but Schrader got the win, 39-28 over Canandaigua. Jenna DeMarco and Kylie Clement had 12 points each. And Avery Croning, talk about her. She had 11 points. Talk about Avery real quick, Gerard.
Avery's a 9th grader, and she's
one
of the very, very, very best players in Section 5.
Yeah, George say people are sleeping on her.
That girl can play. And, you also have the 8th grader, Kenyatta Hart.
Yeah.
She's 6. If you could look at the film right now, you can see those are 2 big girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think her name's Sophie. For Canandaigua. She's really talented. She can score from outside, inside, nice touch, long. Yeah, she's going to be a really good player. She's a sophomore.
And Avery Croning finished off with 11 points. Congratulations on Webster Schrader girls. They handed Canandaigua their first loss. Yeah. And I want to shout out Coach Cody. She was not with the team, but we're just here for her. And I hope that she understands her team played for her last night. So Gerard, let's go into Gerard's pick. I love these girls. I love the interview. One of my best interviews. I like these girls. Talk about your pick, Gerard.
My pick is Marcus Whitman girls. They came into the game 4-2 against Gananda, who was 4-1. And Marcus Whitman, they played a good game. They got a slow start, but in the second half, the defense was amazing. Maddie Daggett, she's the one with the knee brace. She scored 18 points. She had some nice moves. She had a no-look pass for an easy layup another time. And she's tough, physical girl. She'd be a good wrestler, I bet.
She welcomes contact.
Yeah.
She wants contact, right? Mm-hmm. So talk more about why you picked that entire team.
They just play together.
And they play hard.
For each other. They play hard. They play smart. Maddie Daggett had 18 points. Alicia Clark. Celia Conley.
She's a big girl. Yep. She's tall underneath the center.
And the 8th grader, Brooke Byrne.
I think she's not even on the roster. She just got brought up. She hit a big 3. She had 7 points in that game. Mm-hmm. The cutest girl, but boy, she's going to be good, Gerard. Yeah. She's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, and Sophia Snyder also had some big buckets. She contributed.
So I think their coach played college ball or something, Coach Royston. I think so,
yeah.
I think so.
She was in the NCAA tournament, got a win.
Oh, okay.
Not so many people from Rochester can say that.
Mm-hmm. On Tuesday, then the next day, a couple days later, Maddie Daggett scored 28 points, 21 of those points in the second half. And she went 13 for 16 from the free throw line. Marcus Whitman beat Addison a couple days later, 50-35. So that's why they are Gerard's pick. Now let's go to Karen's pick. My pick is the entire Hilton boys basketball team. Gerard, I don't know what the Section 5 record is, and this is when I miss my friend Matt Trable. He would know the data on this, right? Mm-hmm. They had 17 threes That's a school record. I don't know what the Section 5 record is, but that's a school record. 17 threes is a crazy amount of threes.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's like they're Oprah. You get a three, you get a three, you get a three.
Man,
everybody get a three.
they can shoot it.
In the second quarter, all their points were from threes.
Yeah.
They didn't score one field goal. They didn't throw one free throw, nothing.
Yeah.
Every single point in the second quarter were threes,
Yeah.
okay? Brady Graves led with 5 threes. All of his points were on threes. Kalen Wheelahan and Cooper Streb, these are all athletes, had 3 threes. All 21 points, as I said, in the second quarter were from threes. Matt Kosuric and Shane Thompson scored 13 and 10 respectively in that game. They did earn the 84-42 win, but 51 of the 84 points were from 3. That's crazy.
I would like to say, if I played at Hilton back in the day, and they had a 3-point line when I was playing, they would still hold the record. 17
The way you was building up, I was like, where's this going? Because I don't know where he was going with that. Do not be insulting these kids, but talk about your skill. No, you can coach, but I don't know about none of that. But shout out to the Hilton boys, 17 threes. You have earned Karen's pick this week, because that's absolutely amazing shooting. And can I say this? When you could shoot that many threes, Gerard, you're going to always be in the game.
Yeah.
You're going to always be in the game. All right, around Section 5, we got 1 minute and 45 seconds, Gerard. We could use this time to talk about my perfection, about how my beauty.
And we'd still have a minute 40 left.
We could talk about how, nice I am, how sweet I am.
Back to minute 45.
Oh, we're subtracting now. Now we're going backwards. Couple things. Big game tomorrow.
Oh,
Woo.
Fairport against Penfield.
Listen, if y'all don't get out my inbox and my DMs talk about, are you coming to whatever tomorrow? Listen, catch me at the Penfield Fairport game, because ain't nothing else going down in Section 5 but that.
Yeah, I'd also like to give credit to, I just forgot who I was going to give credit to.
See, this is what I got to deal with, y'all. See what I'm saying? But if you ask him who won the 1985 World Series, I guarantee you he going to know and how much by all of that stuff.
It was the year before the Mets won the World Series.
See what I'm saying? But he can't remember to get milk. And another thing, the Yeti's going down this weekend. That's the swimming Yeti at Webster.
Yeah,
they're a whole big swimming match, diving and swimming going down this particular weekend. So, Gerard, with that being said, since you're not going to talk about my perfection and talk about all of that stuff, about how I could cook, how I clean the house good, how I do all of that stuff.
Which is the only reason I'm with you.
That's fine. I'm only with you because of your pension. So we're both even. Okay. And with that said, shout out to Julio and shout out to the team, the Primetime 585 team, Z705, Jay Judici, Coach Rashard Johnson, and Jack Scottney for help with the content. And with that being said, see you guys later.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.